and warriors. What I've been ever since I was born at the commencement. I adorn squash, beans, and corn. Lots of strings and horns. Over the beat, swing of a one. Outdrum the outcome, the child. An athlete is back in action. Fact, not fashion. Most y'all internet has-beens, more like commercials. With whack acting, from commercial to action. I'm laughing back up to laughing. I spit man, God, civilization, John G. Jackson. Like a Gatlin, the last dragon. Cosmic memory of an Atlantean. E3 technology is who I am in skin. Walking the landmass as Atlas. Some say I'm batshit crazy, but that's the masses for you. Can you blame the people? Most been trained to be feeble, tame sheeple by the evil who means to keep you cashless in the fastest society. Where the vax and the mass are the blame for the dying spree. You the root race, they medieval. Eat the cheap food they feed you or read through these fools. Restorer or rebel. Can't play God unless acquainted with the devil. Polarity you choose, acquainted with its level. Frequency, distance is an illusion. So please unveil the confusion. Look beyond the shadow of the late and hollow years. See the far and distant lands where tomorrow appears. Put it in perspective. Decision of each being the latest, most accurate vision of peace, where each one teach one to reach one, freeze one from under the trees and the stump of the impeached one. Remember, all skin folk are not kinfolk. While I hold a sword in my left hand, I write up into pen quotes. Word to see Lord L. I'ma be more hell to these foreigners till they leave our air, land, and seashore and sell their asses right back across that agua. Screw y'all's dishonorable dogma. Something proper with no lube. The past 25 years I've been the son of solitude. The oil that fused my chakras is cruel. Love my people towards the evils. I'm heartless and rude. Firstborn of Inkle, the dawn of the twinkle. Twinkle little star, I got bright and I could think too. I blink through a wrinkle in time. Rip Van Winkle and rhyme. And my shit stink too. To link you to source, yes, you rather have AI sink you. I not only know the ledge, I'm on the brink too. They wanna extinct you, your essence is viable. Crimes against humanity, your oppressors liable. They try to write on my recital, yet my presence vital as the session's title. Welcome to the seventh cycle. The heart of man is as the sun, the reception order for the divine ray of spiritual intuition descended unto man. The brain of man is as the moon, the source of human intellect. The body of man is the earthly vehicle. Let the sun impregnate the moon, or let the spiritual fire prompt the human intellect. And let the result fructify in the womb of a purified body. And you will develop the son of the sun, the quintessence, the stone of the wise, true wisdom, and perfect happiness. Akishiwa. The human heart cries out for help. The human soul implores us for deliverance. But we do not hear their cries, for we neither hear nor understand. But the man who hears and understands we call crazy and flee from him. This is a call to my ancestors. Rid the land of damn settlers. Turn our signs to hand gestures. Whether we feeling the man's pressure. Sun store each clan better. Planting the devil to stand the weather. It's a must we band together. Put that on Abraham and Esther. From Castilians to conquistadors. Iberians and traitorous Moors. Didn't arrive as friends to us, whether as slavers, invaders, or disguised traders. Missionaries, Islamic Christians with dictionaries. No mutual goal to coexist. Those warships in our tributaries. Military tactics to test shores. Foreigners have no respect for treaties and oath. Why expect more from those who want to conquest except war? They didn't bring women during the invasions. The minds were on rape, miscegenations, the spread of mis and disinformation, which manufactured the miseducation of the soul. Carter G. Washington, Robert Taylor Holmes, Marcy and Brooklyn, projects and hoods where we were pushed in Cali to Florida. Harley Cushion, it's like the terrorists, never ending shipment of Amerindians from Belize to the Caribbean. Gives I shot this sheriff meeting. Shut my field can be read, no book. Flows in my veins were prepared with no hook. Behind the back pass with flair, no look. This beef is rare, get fed, no cook. We're peaceful people, they call us animals. Truth of the matter, they were cannibals. Practice unclean religious rites. Evidence tangible, check the annals. I bring heat, this beast flammable. Feel free to critique this canonical. If your brain's deeply maniacal, release or get treated damnable. You speak Hannibal, I talk black hole. Fighting a line, now the chief's back with bulk. That's big muscle drip up to tussle with Uncle Sam, big brother and his clique. I put that on Abraham and Esther. It's a must, we band together. Planting the devil to stand the weather. Sun on storm, each clan being better. Whether we feeling the man's pressure, turn our signs to hand gestures. Rid the land of damn settlers. This is a call to my ancestors. Based on real life, it's nothing like the old school. High vibrations is what it feels like. It's nothing like the old school. This goes way back, before I was knee deep out in them streets, ganging it. Prison and that old crazy mess. This is what really makes me me, y'all, at its core. So check it out. I arrived in 1970, August 14th, to be precise. Eldest son, firstborn of 5, alive as the Christ. Had sunny days, just like I had spooky nights, which accounts for my old lows and my newly heights. Childhood, not of the norm. Excellence, how I perform. Deep down, I was mad, that's why now I bring the storm. Memorize Psalms and other passages of scriptures after learning the Quran to fend off the jinn's whispers. It was like my mother and father tried to hide us for the Pontius Pilates, Kiheras, and other outsiders. No celebrating holidays, kept away from ungodly ways of playing games, calling names the cost of what folly pays. I'm saying you wouldn't believe such discipline, wishing to make friends with the neighborhood children. But it was like wish again from early on. Was taught I was different, not better, just gifted. There's a big difference. Had telescopes, microscopes, chemistry sets, books, maps, paints, carpentry tools, wrote poems not yet known as raps. Learned alphabets and mathematics from my mama. Learned meditation and martial arts from my father. Watched my uncles create music, so I beat drums. Played keyboards with my dad, the guitar he strummed. Didn't consume pork nor beef. I would eat plums, not knowing this was part of who I would become. True stories. This is based on real life. It's before all the jail field nights. The genius within me, the angel of light. High vibrations, it's what it feels like. True story. This is based on real life. This before all the jail field nights. The genius within me, the angel of life. High vibrations, now around it feels like 1982 was no longer separated from the outside world off the porch. Yeah, I made it. First noticed her standing in my b-boy stance. Left at the chance and began to break dance on wooden floors. I got sore from the workout. It was me, Chili T, my man Shabazz, Muhammad, and Phil G. When I met her on 93rd, next Jeffrey Manor, master of all crews, was written on my banner. The manner of my approach. Yo, I rocked her. World with backspins, atomic flares, and helicopters, hella proper. Guys that were awesome, tried to get fresh. Up at Basma and on commercial, attempted to test a bus moves on linoleum. Loved her on cardboard, roughed it off on concrete with combinations I had stored. Poured my heart into her around the time I met Dula, Yusef, Rashi, Stony Island Park, CVS, school, the battleground, found passion. Another element turned my heart into graffiti, evidence of being present. Taggers united together, network of writers who most times put all-nighters. True riders, 1987, we were kings of the line. Won the epic war with Sass on the dead rhyme. My guys, Dickie, Tron, advanced planes out and vanish. I do this for you and the true TUT clan is the bandits. True story, based on real life. This before all the jail field nights. The genius within me, the angel of light. High vibrations, what it feels like. True story, based on real life. This before all the jail field nights. The genius within me, the angel of life. High vibrations is what it feels like.
Naga, who was mixed.
Let's clear this up.
One
I
house,
am
people
the
mix
great
like
matriarchs,
bad
give
blood.
to America, rare, uncut,
He was
sun
one
complected,
house.
yet deemed wretched of
But
the
what
earth.
this
Though
guy
my
do,
old
that
blood's
fake
majestic
history
shall
this
shed the
guy.
most rejected. Nevertheless, check the record
You
of my
know you
birth.
don't know.
Never
You don't
read
know
a book
shit
for
up.
knowledge of myself. The silence I felt, not from wildness of wealth, but from rawness of my breath. I receive meditatively. My mother and father educated me. I often fake creatively. I've walked through a few schools of thought that truth is art and has no cause, yet the cause of everything. Falsehood is not, yet the manifest of right. Once in darkness comes to light. These words Timothy didn't write. That didn't quite shit well. But a gang of y'all when it comes to fiction.
ToLU'S Z back in the studio, y'all.
I came to y'all to bring the fault of
I saw some of his stuff, man. It might be old, but I don't care. It was fine. I took the rubber band off, because I'm letting it all go in. So, how y'all doing this AM? Lady, there's some people traveling, and they can swear I'm from Peru. Like when I saw like this, you're Peruvian? I said no. I says go back. She says, huh? I says I ain't Aztec, Mayan. I ain't none of that made up stuff. Go back. She goes, oh. I says, yeah, your kids knew in the 80s and the 70s they used to call me Omeka. She said, what? I says, go back beyond that. I just, she just wanted to give me a hug. Looking like talking about she Peruvian, looking like one of them new age pale skin Portuguese. I'm not being dismissive. When they say two distinct people were here, it's not the people you see down there right now. Okay? I'm not being dismissive of them because I already proved to you what you should have researched, that we did create pale skins, but I'm talking about different ones. We birthed 200 and something every year. At least that number was given. All right? I apologize for the beard. I was going to shave it off. So what's cracking, y'all? What's happening, man? So you see the thumbnail and all that. Let me get a sip of this. I need my spoon, though. I'm sorry about the catnip, buddy, but it makes you feel good. Hold on, let me get my spoon. You like that catnip? Make you it's like it brings the best out of tigers and lions, and you're not even a big cat. You're a lizard. Think about it. You're a hairy lizard, little brother. That's why you get your head down like that, like a cobra, and then you move like a python, but nobody ever pays attention to that. A big cat creep up on something just like a dog, just like a gopher, just like a parrot. Listen, but you move just like an iguana, and most people don't even see it until they're told. Though you pounce, that's instinct because of what they call the dying off gene. From the manipulation of making you, so you can be like a cell phone before a cell phone was a cell phone. Anywho, so as you see, I'm going to read something to you because I think that some of you, when I did this, because you know I have about 4 books on how to destroy a country, a coup d'etat, blah, 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 blah. So I want to read some of my notes. So I went ahead, so I want to be sitting here fishing, and I actually went in here and just pulled them up. So I went right directly, about 20 in. 3 things to destroy a country from within. Now, we're not going to get into the bylines and all the military exploits that are part of this, but not. Those are more of the physical act. What you saw in Haiti when they killed the president there, who was going to change face because the U.S. government sent their operatives, CIA, and they always want to be dismissive. This is what they do around the world. That's why Nigeria, which is our people, mixed with our brothers and sisters from over there who are original people of Europe, all. As far as the narrative of Russia, Prussia, and a few other places, where already was mixed, but we knew our lineages. So anyway, Nigeria is our place, whether you want to hear it or not. There are millions of our people over there, and they have mixed in. Most of them are very ignorant of their truth, but many do know their truth. Okay, but the CIA base, they want it out of there. And it should be. They say a military base. It should be out of there because it's Mossad. Anyway, which is just they're you know, they don't know how to listen because they've come across this paranoia. They're how do you say it? They're messing with places they shouldn't. All right. So therefore, they acclimate and they become those things. Now I'm gonna throw something at you. It's another hypothetic. So one is control the media, which is control the social cognitive, you know, the cognition. I told you your brain is like a sponge. And then two is control the future. So we know what, you know, George Orwellian, what Orson Welles did. He was a racist. Y'all didn't know that. Manipulate the textbooks in history. So it's not just about the textbooks in history. That means even the time paradigm. For those of you who are caught up into the time. Even the narrative as far as having melanated people fight against each other, talking about African American, this, that, and other. They haven't any y'all paid attention to since the George Floyd and the blaxploitation, the New Age and the Black Lives Matter movement, how the further disintegration of the melanated man and woman has fell deeply. You didn't know that because the music, the construct, and that's why I says it's important to know what 440 and 808 is. Now, there's other dynamics off of it that are destructive. But what I didn't want to be too elusive. And most of you didn't pay attention to this. And you see it. Now, am I saying that all y'all are in a perfect relationship? No. What I'm saying is you need to get in one. And first you need to start with yourself. But there are those out there for you. Don't be blind, because the hindrance of our people's destruction is, I just come out of an 8-year back relation of abuse, and I'm scared to go into another. No, that's because you don't know how to choose, because you don't even know who you are. You probably, the one you dismiss is probably the one you need to be with to help you elevate yourself, women. And men, same thing goes for you, because I dealing with 2 women, wives who I married, who I gave the best of what I was afforded to get at the time. And that was beyond the scope of any man or anybody they'd been around, even better than their father and this, that, and other. Yet because of the dynamic of how ignorant they are, the pain they still held on to, and the screaming and hollering that no one could hear, but they hear it on a heard, because a lot of you women know what I'm talking about, you hear on a regular, no man could quench it. Why? Because you were still seeking that pain and suffering. Okay? So the men who went through that, there's nothing wrong with finding another woman. Sometimes you have to go through the bride bush and you got to get pricked a whole bunch of times. But the thing is, you got to make sure you had a man in your life to make you where you're not too emotional. You can bear the weight of that, because there's a good woman out there who's looking for you, or a few who have a deeper understanding. We can't sit here beating one another down without knowing the truth. What is relevant? What means something? Okay? The other one, control the philosophy. I'm going to give you something at the end of these 3. Control the philosophy, misguide the political economy. So you think the economy is just fiat. That's what they've conditioned you to believe. We were always under the barter system, but because you have a lot of ignoramuses running around here with fake privileges and statuses, they don't know no better. What Putin just did, he just disrupted a whole lot of goofy racist narrative, and they don't even know how to function. I even heard a story of some of them themselves. No, seriously, by people who are where people live at, because of the things they've done. What is the 3 things to destroy a country within? Well, you have to start with the order of it. You have to go back. See, what they did was they destroyed everything around outside of us. Then they came to us. And what most of y'all don't know is, in order to destroy, well, they can't destroy order. But to saturate and to misalign the truth of it, they have to have a lot of misguided unforgivings. Now, there's no one man or woman that can do this. So when I express to you, there are other things that exist. I don't have to give energy to create something new. You are not the only living creatures or beings. You're more than, you just don't know it yet. You don't know the truth of your existence, because you will not relegate yourself to rise above it. So everybody's talking about P. Diddy, the bridge. First of all, the bridge. Those ships have numerous backups. I'm an old salt. I was going to be what you call it? After the Navy, and because I want to go Special Forces, that's what I was training for. I know I would have made it, because I just know it's the hardest things that I love to overcome. The simplest things, I just find them impractical. Whenever I'm working on an invention, I'll put it down, but I stay on it. I won't stop until I figure something out. Or when I realize there's something that is missing, and I'll set it aside, never to lose eye on it, because I know it's already powerful. And I won't mess with it. I won't even think about it, because it comes when it's ready. So there are not just 2 or 3 backups. Sometimes there's 5 and 6. And those ships, because I was going to be a sea mariner, you know what I'm saying? You know, what do you call those things? I have a bunch of them who I follow on Facebook. We're like, what happened, Red? How come you didn't come on over? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, power goes, it doesn't really go out. You have fluctuations. But when you have course changes and things like that, things happen. Let's snip it in the butt. That was done from your fake government with the military. Same people that I got videos of cutting railroads, all right? When they stopped because people were recording them. Always some goofy pale skin, Arab looking, or Zion, whatever those terms are. I don't want to get into that because it's bigger than that. But same thing with blowing up and destroying things. And it's inside. It's not a terrorist. The terrorist organization is the same people you talking about voting for. Like I told you, it's the inmates, the criminals, and the crazies who are running everything because all you think you're smart. The distraction? Well, P. Diddy, you think they're worried about P. Diddy? They all know half of these FBIs are fake, man. They're the enemy. They don't move by no constitution. At least the real ones did. No, these things are different. They just put on a costume. Okay? I've been saying this for a long, long time, but you just don't want to hear me. Because you don't want to accept this being your land, and you want to listen to and argue with a bunch of people who don't know the truth about nothing. Okay? They wanted to get to all the information that he had to destroy it. He had video footage, and it's well known. They wanted to destroy all that information. New York, come on, all them politicians. You see Adams, you know, the video that came out showing that he'd been going to China for a long time. Millions of dollars. How's he still a maid? Curtis Lee was the best proponent they had. Even them fake Jews didn't want him in there. And you can do whatever you want to do as far as the ads, because I don't care. You ain't gonna be putting no fake war with Palestine with these fake ass Jews calling themselves Israel when they're not. So anyway, they're the problem of the world, and everybody knows it. And they can't censor nothing. It's a big thing, but they do it because they're ignorant. Now, me, I'm a little different. I said, just leave me alone, but they're too stupid to be practical. It's like that fake Jew that walked out the building on the side today and getting in the truck when I was out there grounded. He, looking like a she, looked like he wanted to look over, but it couldn't because I felt it before I walked out, and it jumped right in the car without even warming it up and drove off. I said, man, you can't make this stupid up. This level of stupid is beyond the scope of. But it's funny. Anywho, right? I like to store those little things out there. Anyway, right? Everybody sees everything that's going on. And you would think that these distractions, okay? Because you better believe some of those agents are in there. They're the security of some of the rooms. Hell, they might even be the people that eradicate some of the children. If that's even happening. Trust me on this. Okay? And trust yourself to trust me on this. Okay? And the other thing is, stop eating ground meat, y'all. And if you haven't done like I did, I got enough food to last a few years if I need to eat. Because I can go 3 or 4 or 5, even 7, 8 days without, hell, I think 14 days without eating nothing. I know I can go longer. But these bodies have been dealt a devastating blow. Okay? It's like you have to function on some toxicity. It's just weird. I'm not going to get into the dynamics of it. Your bodies are incredible. They can adapt and overcome certain things. But without the truth of mental focus, you're just another subjugation. You're subject to anything that they lay forward. Okay? I know the majority of you choose not to accept things that I state. I don't ask you to. Don't I always say do the research. You know, we heard the Native Americans community. We're not saying that we hate you. We were the most loving people on earth. But you will not come on this land with your little 1% of the population and think you're going to talk smack. When before this fake America thinks they can own a land, bought Alaska, Russia, y'all was still there. Because the great wars against us, which y'all actually participated in up in Alaska, because you're not the Inuit people either. Those were Negroes. I have 2 books showing that for those who want to get into that Negro terminology. Kit Carson, as I told you, I actually shared, because I like to bring brothers here and show them history. I told you I got one of his great nephews, okay, or grandsons. Brought the Navajos here and numerous other fake natives after the native Indian schools became, before the native training school, the Indian training schools wasn't not native. Indian, because that was a pale skin, that was a light skin movement. Before they became boarding schools. Once they had got the system down to make sure that you were well indoctrinated and those before you had accepted it, they didn't have to further, you know, any more of them, because that's what the Vatican was. That's what those ladies were here for, and that would later would become these fake nuns. For those who didn't know that, that's a cup of tea for you to research. Well, it's there. You just got to look for it. And there are enough books in the Library of Congress who tell you exactly who we are in this land and who you are. Just because you have been raised speaking different languages from this land, and because you don't know no better except for what they need you, because they thought they were going to kill us all off. And they really did. The Trail of Tears was no Native American on there. It was all authentic. The original Aboriginal American Indian. And we know you run with that now, but you're not American Indian. You are just a Native American, and that's all you will ever be, and you cannot usurp just like everybody else. Y'all didn't create, invent nothing. You ain't fighting none of the wars. You didn't do nothing. So don't come over here and think you're going to debate with me. I would love for you to bring some of your oldest, fake, wisest ones if they still exist, because they know good and damn well if they hyperbole, if they speak to me and don't know what they're speaking about. We've been very nice. I've lived amongst you, given nothing but respect, and see the most arrogant of ignorance in you. So today, we stuck. And any of you light-skinned people talking about you Indian, and I don't see none of my relations with you, you ain't nothing but another sack of Cabbage Patch, orphaned off children who don't know no better because you haven't received proper discipline, but you've gotten all the fake status, the fake everything else that go with it, just like the same ones who use you because you don't know the relationship you truly are supposed to have with us, you dummies. Regardless of who manipulated your genes and made you a little this, that, and the other, and the suppression, it's not my problem. We didn't do it this time. With that all said and done, I was, because I'm going to come on, we got to finish up. I didn't go on yesterday because I was a little upset. I don't like when I get upset with y'all. But it's always the same thing. Y'all got this, and you can't even smell your hand from far. We used to smell, your people used to be able to smell miles away. You got this, and you refuse to let it orientate properly. You have these, and you refuse yourself the ability to see because you're still holding on to a fictional world. You choose not to come out of her. Pandora's box. It doesn't have nothing to do with female. Because I say her, do y'all really believe that's a female? First of all, we're not into pronouns. Okay. You're sentient. And there's a reason why these labels were given, to make a distinction between the two. Male and female. Do y'all know any other terms for it? See, you didn't need to know it. But see, in order for the enemy to break it, they had to give you terms. When you're sentient and you know your position, because natural order exists, there is no reason to have to explain nothing. But see, you want to allow yourself to access that truth, that true narrative inside you, to bring on a proper deposition, to have the argument that is not an argument, to you know what I'm saying? I had this little goofy, he has this YouTube channel. Don't go and see it. It's BF something G. He commented on Instagram talking about you a lie. When I was talking about the right to travel versus everything else in the Constitution. You know, you have these little monkeys who don't know no better because, you know, he looked like a pedophile. I'm in because they have a certain look. Yes, they do. And a meaner. And he reviews movies. And I was laughing. Like, he really doesn't know that I kind of know him. So I love these individuals who get caught up in their fake whiteness, and there's nothing pure about them. Nothing. And you start to realize you're bigger than the clouds themselves. You. And you see these things come along, and I'm sitting there going, wow, I guess he's one of the guys that likes to have like the little rap stars walk around on a leash and kick them in the nads or something. I don't know. I'm just saying, oh, that's a thing. There are those who like to get bruised up, panda-eyed, and all kind of weird stuff. Just don't go searching for it. The truth was there. I dealt with drugs, I saw the parties. I smelt, you know what I mean? I was young. Listen here. Believe what you want to believe and know what you need to know. Okay? They're everywhere. They work beside you. We're working at the hospitals. They work at the manufacturing plants, the packaging goods store, the post office, the UPS. They work everywhere. In your grocery place, at the cash register. The guy who had to get his pacemaker battery changed. I mean, they're everywhere. Your esquire, the person representing you. Your magistrate sitting before you. The Supreme Court, your politicians. They're everywhere. Teachers work with children. These perversions are everywhere. You better not be one. I'll go right ahead and sit there talking about, I battle with it. And I'll call you for every piece of bullshit you is. You're just weak. Anywho. You would think that I'm bothered speaking on this individual. No, what I'm saying is if you knew better, you wouldn't say nothing to me. But because they don't, and this world is as sick as it is, I don't like it this sick. You know what I'm saying? And those things, those other things, yeah, you can call them whatever you want to call them. Millions, thousands of names. This place was never meant to be found, nor tampered with. Okay? Some of y'all are still giving this stuff energy because you choose not to and to carry on too long. Don't get stuck in the distractions. The hell with the distractions. So what about P. Diddy? What is it going to do for you? So what about that damn thing stopping to make 40% of the damn, stuff that comes to this country, I mean, come on. You see you're looking at the accident, right? Isn't that a symptom? What was the other symptom? It hidden. The other symptom was the things falling, regardless of whether it was demolition or not. The fact that you saw all those construction worker vehicles and them people running that went in the waters. That the kind of waters I like 40-something degree. I like that kind of water. I would have swam to the shore in that. I love it. But anyway, not everybody is that way. Regardless of, we already know if you are smart that there's electric power lines go up under that part of the river. And y'all even research that before you start thinking about whether explosives used. Because you got to remember when metal shears, if it ain't molten and still burning in the water, it's not magnesium or thermite. Okay? For those of you who don't know, stop listening to everybody. Now, is it possible? Of course, you can have explosive bolts and all that kind of stuff. People have been working on that bridge for a little while, yet it wasn't part of the infrastructure, even though it was in the infrastructure deal. They weren't there to repair the bridge like they're supposed to be working on the infrastructure. All that money's been going to BS. I just asked you about the 1.6 or 2 trillion. Did y'all even look at where some of the money's going? Literally, to test the most weirdest things in this world. It's all experiment. Further inoculating people with death and this, that, and other. And you don't even know about all of a sudden all these islands are popping up. Y'all are so caught up with distractions, you want to let yourself breathe because you can see these things in your sleep. Because when you sleep, you actually have what's called a separation. You know how they say 6 degrees of separation? Here we go with the 6. hyperbole, right? When you sleep, people, you're not allowing yourself to practice when you wake up, to allow yourself to hear. Right now, you can hear that. You can hear it. Now, it doesn't sound like that. It sounds more like a straight one-syllable streak of a TV tube clicking. Right when it clicks off, you get that, that. I can't get how high it is. Then some of you are getting that low tone, right? Some of you are getting both, that real high and that. Do you know what those tones are? Some of you hear it every once in a while, and sometimes it sounds like your ear want to pop, and you haven't elevated or declined. You haven't ascended or descended. You haven't gone above or below 500 feet. So what is this ear popping, right? You won't access this knowledge and this simple stuff because you're so caught up in this world. And when I see people who there's only one kind of love, but who I have more than just a love for, get stuck. You're not proving nothing to the world. Let it be. Leave it alone. What's today? Is it Wednesday or whatever? I'm waiting on the nation to order some more books. I ordered 2 more books last night with my cash. And I see that people get stuck. Nickel and a diamond, huh? So some of you must have been crumb snatching. I got to go on you. I just know a few friends of mine have some serious things going on. So I donated a couple $100 here and there. And everybody else is donating $5 and $10. And here I look for a couple of dollars from you guys for books. And I have the proof. I don't keep everything out because I keep stuff on the stair. I keep stuff in the rooms. I keep stuff in the closets, in the shed. I keep stuff in the front over there by the side where I keep models and books stacked. I keep stuff in my little sliding stuff, I don't have to prove nothing. But it seems like with y'all, this is what I'm talking about, the ignorance of people. When you have something too good or something too hard to believe, but you have this, you think that it's a gimme, you can take advantage? See, this is what you don't get. See, I'll see you again. No? We're revealing things, right? I'm going to see you again. The body don't mean nothing. You need to take your body and throw away the whole concept of it until you realize you're more powerful than it. There's a reason why I don't power lift no more. Like I said, about 6 years, damn near 6 years now, when I accepted who I was. And 4 years ago, was it right at the fake demic, or year end? Because remember, I was poisoned. So around 2020, I went over to the gym. I still have a membership there. And I got up under 375, pushed it once or twice. I just wanted to see something, see how strong I still was, And I realized, man, what am I doing? What bad wrists, some damage to the shoulders and everything from powerlifting and martial art boxing. And so I says, you know what? I'm better off punching on the tree, punching the side of the building. It doesn't have to hit back because I'm a person that like to punch. I practiced the 1-inch power punch for like 40 years now. 38 years I've been practicing it. So I got it down you know what I mean? And then Samoan bone crushing, which I still practice that because I have my iron palm and my Makawara pads and everything like that. So I'm always, the hardening without all the bruises and all the brokens that came from doing it for all these years. So I don't need to be super strong. I don't, even though I got some grandpa love handles, right? Not big ones. I'm still stocky, and I'm still, when I take the shirt off, I go outside, people are like, okay, he worked out. That's the first thing come out their mouth. I'm like, why are you looking at me? Can I walk around as I am, as I'm supposed to exist? And because I know how to talk a certain way, I know how to deliver things at different times. When they need to be delivered, most people go, oh, my apologies. Because I say it in a way that's not to intimidate, that poses a response to the question. Because the desire is a sneak. When are you going to start accepting the truth of where you're at? When are you going to start participating together? Huh? What does it take for you to come out that shell, that lie? You think a couple of y'all sitting $5 and $2 are going to pay a bill? No, for real. You think that's going to buy a $20, $30 steak like I want to eat that crap? I go get it free on the rest, y'all. What is wrong with y'all, man? Your brains are so confounded. And there's some of you sit there, man, I ain't doing it all this time. I ain't doing it because you still think you're some badass. Why don't you come and meet me? Come and meet me. It's a whole different energy if you will allow yourself to see it. Or you can be ignorant. I have no problem with duking up. I have no problem with none of it. Because some of you are still in that lane and we don't need you here. We don't want people like that. I prefer Islam. But I don't have a problem with religious people as long as they're actually practicing something. And they don't mind listening if they're willing to take it a little further to see for themselves. But if they're stuck there, as long as they're not being hypocrites. You dig what I'm saying? If they're being hypocrites, I wouldn't even throw a drip of water in your direction. So a lot of you here, but you're hypocrites. You don't want to help. You don't want to perform. You don't want to. And I'm big on buying books. It's like, I'm a bookhead. If you want to see a crackhead or dope or meth head, whatever this new stuff is out there, that's some bad stuff. Y'all really need to give yourselves a break, man. Y'all got dog, man. Y'all got some. I like some good weed. I got plenty of that. And I got people who can vouch. I got plenty of weed. Best damn coffee in the world. Mushroom coffee. Excuse me. Good job. But yeah, new extended. Okay. So anyway, so Diddy, when it comes time for you to have to pay up after you sacrifice so many and you know your time is up, it doesn't mean they won't clone you and remake you and put an essence of you or create a new design of you as far as the narrative into a new body and sway it once they break it. Because once he's gone, he's gone. When you sacrifice, you're a sacrifice. Look at how they set up to kill Kennedy, right? He was a CIA operative. I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm not gonna sit here saying their names. And you've seen it time and time again. How many of them brothers you were in there with Malcolm X and in Harlem before them Negroes from Newark, New Jersey came over there, and the feds who were up there in the top, niggas, probably a pale skin or two, because they showed up all of a sudden out of nowhere instantly. And they showed you how they can walk down the back and come out the back side and everything else. Shot him. And then you have these people come along and they're the same alphabet Greek boys with the gold boots, want to sit there and cap on each other and this, that, and other. Talking about we're Masons and blah, 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 and don't know the first thing because they won't sit down with somebody who knows more than them. But keep being misguided and misled by these fictional characters. When I even had somebody Chinese hit me up and says, how do you know that was he was respectful, melanated people like you and pale skins in China before we exist? I says, first of all, I guess you think you're white because that's the new narrative. First of all, you're not nothing pure about you because that's the truth of history. When you can subjugate one of the most powerfulest people on earth with somebody who could be second runner up, and you create this distance because now you are running around whitewashing everything. Whitewashing doesn't mean white exists. It means painting a new mask on something. Do y'all know that? Blocking out the actual color of it, making it abstract to give this purity that don't exist. Oh, yeah, that's not what it says. Oh, shut up. Who created the Webster? Who created the, didn't I read you that we created the almanac? Am I lying about the blimp? The motor? The vehicle? The automobile? The helicopter? The motor is not even the same as the two-stroke. We created the motor and the two-stroke, the reciprocal engine. If we were creating all those engines, why are people still talking about the Wright brothers in North Carolina when they ain't do nothing over there? I told you about the two kids playing with the airplanes they saw, and then they realized, oh, okay, well, we've been flying all this time. But you don't want to hear that because you like the world they gave you. So they can reverse engineer it and make weapons as if they're going to make their little perverted world they want to exist in. See, there's a big mistake. They haven't really tuned in while they've been attempting to find this God gene and everything else. See, they've been tapping into the darkness, the Jannah. The light is within you. What are you waiting for? Free yourself. Donate some money for these books, because a few more books I really want to get before they really shut stuff down. I'm already deep. I'm not going no further in my thing. I like to work together. See, for those who decide, and the majority of you ain't, to go down, we're gonna say Tucson, my brother Ganja, because that's where I'm heading. All right, you think you're gonna sit there on your ass? You worry about $2 or $5? I'm gonna take $1 million out your ass in 6 months of work. That means I'm gonna have you swinging a pickaxe, shovel. I'm gonna have you doing things, and you ain't gonna be able to stop nothing. Because you're going to learn from being disrespectful over here. You want to throw some shade? Bring that little world you exist in and come and find out. And I would advise you at night when I walk off somewhere, don't follow me. For those who choose to come. Because see, when the final things happen. Anyway, right? Okay. Nope. When the final things happen, it's going to be what it's going to be. Okay? But again, I don't want you to sit there and think that it's just come as you are. No. You got to come how you're supposed to come. Don't come as you are. Don't come with your bullshit. Don't come with your fake world narratives, and don't come with your all million and one questions because you're too lazy to do the work now. All right? Don't do it. Stop listening to these goddamn distractions that will occupy your mind. 3 ways to destroy a country from within. Now, we can talk about the book of how to go about it. This is a plethora. All right? But you can do that on your own. Okay? A lot of work to do, and you ain't got no time for those who believe in time. Your stubbornness, your ignorance has solidified you in the annals of time that personifies the outer order world. You are just another thorn, another prick in the existence of what can be considered life. You have embarked on a further self-destructive path. Even with all the information given, it makes no sense. I know some of you are hard to let go. You ought to see some of these people over there talking about this Jesus and all that. Just on that little dancing, that was the biggest hit about 3 or 4 years ago with the people, the light skins dancing around. Which to me, it doesn't mean that they're not getting in touch with something, but it's misguided because of religion. And then the first thing coming out of these monkeys' mouths is Jesus and all this other, and they fictional little cabbage patch, little orphan little world they live in. That's not hate, that's the truth. And I can't do nothing else if they choose to stay stuck as if it's going to be the benefits. Somebody had a hard time when I was talking about 1920s and 40s. There was still people running around because they called you a cracker. I didn't say that. It's not a bad word. It's how you identified yourself. And what is that? Light-skinned bread. Crackers are not white. And then you have in the 70s when they're pushing black and white, right? The little Fed niggas come in, they saying white bread. That's to give the illusion of the Wonder Bread, as if it's wonderful. You don't understand the channeling and the process of how things work and the telling a story, which is a vision given by an enemy, Theodore Herzl and all his monkeys before him, the Carnacies, right? Or you thought it just applied to some goddamn TV. Oh, y'all don't really get it, huh? I thought y'all really got it. I'm not going to break down and give a whole lot of tea here. I figured y'all would have got that by now. Well, that's right. It's more serendipitous to be ignorant, to stay where you're at because you think you know everything. Yet I've got people going all over the place saying, Red, there's a lot of people watching because, man, they're talking about stuff they wasn't talking about after you talked about. I don't give a flying bahootie. So what? Good. Like I said, I'm only going to reach 10% of you. I know what I'm talking about. The rest of you is just, like 2012. Just stand out there in the sand when that mile high wave come on to let your ass get ripped up to nothing. Just be the bait food for the things in the oceans. Just go on out there. That's all I can say to you. When the crevice opens in the ground, just jump in. Just don't waste time. Don't think you're gonna run, while the falling rocks. Just no. It's not Dungeons and Dragons when that video game came out and you're just gonna jump and run and rock. No. Just jump in. Because that's the time you're given. That's the worthlessness. And some of you, when they get like that, it's like that little 19-year-old boy who went under the bridge and murdered a homeless man, like stabbing him in his neck, dressed like, Michael Myers. What was it, Michael Myers? The guy with the white mask on, right? Michael Myers, right? Yeah, Halloween. And then went about dissecting him and then throwing his body parts all around, and then attempted to back the car into the lake, go down on the boat ramp and just get rid of the rest of the body. And it slid in because he's young and dumb. Besides being a mild form of autistic, I would say Down syndrome, everything as far as the narratives they painted. He was sensationalized because he studied forensic. Now, he wasn't a stupid person. He graduated high school and this and another, had a job, but he wasn't the brightest. And these are the people who are easily manipulated because they're unpure. So there's nothing white about him. Light skin, who had a whole lot of nah. Doesn't matter about how I came about it. The formula is not for you. The formula is choose wrong and choose right. That's the formula. And some people will lean because there's fake science. You have a choice. Well, first of all, you're not supposed to be messed up like that. We didn't have a world like that. We didn't have high blood pressure. We didn't have this and that and other. That's all created by these fake ass Jews. And that's the bottom line. Well, you want to say Zionists and everything else, but you don't want to see it because it rubs them the wrong way. Like, I give a flying fuck. I don't care how it rubs them. That's why they won't come over here and watch, because they know they don't have to. When I spoke what need to be spoken, it's bigger than that. While they got all their little monkeys running around reading all the things to which is bullshit to cast spells and everything else. Some things aren't meant for certain individuals. And if they were really smart, they would know better, but they don't, because those above them or over them, and they know some things. They're going to keep pushing and pushing. And the more anomalies they see, you would think that they would just stop, pack up. But that would just ruin the fun. I know some of you are saying that's pretty morbid, right? Shut up. You don't have a fucking clue. Okay? When I said I know how it ends, it's not a fucking game. So I appreciate everybody paying attention this morning, because y'all are in a state of mourning. You need to stop giving all this shit attention, because every time you share this shit, every time you look at it, every time you talk about it, you know what's happening? You're fucking giving it energy. So I'm going to say to you, just because you see it doesn't mean keep staying in the grounding, the energy of raising, the ascension. All right, there's another word beside ascension. Do you know that? Raise means to tear down. Okay, so don't get it twisted. All right, to rise, well, it's like yeast and flour, right? Bitter flour, not the bullshit they got, this general purpose flour shit that you can make explosives with. We're not here to talk about that, but I'm just saying that should let you know something. Or just like instant grits, you can make it, shouldn't be eating it. All right, but it rise, right? Raise, bring down. Rise. It's like spelling out. Let me show you something. It's one last thing, okay? I should have a piece of paper so I could just go ahead and draw it real quick. My paper, I don't feel like getting up and get it. So let's see if we can do it on here. I'm going to do it right in front of you. Let me see if I can do the big ass words here. Ah! This is going to be fun. Can I do the bold? Yeah. You're gonna laugh when you see this. Y'all gonna like this. Hold on. I meant to do this before. I didn't. So whoop-de-doo. Oh no. Back. Thank you. Yeah. You're gonna like this. Well, those of you who like see fun stuff. I want you to look at this word, right? And then I want you to pay attention to how many different ways it can be spelled. It can be spelled more than that. There's actually 2 more ways, right? And I want you to get to the bottom. I want you to see what it means. So you know you have the word empty, right? You know, you move the E, you have MT, right? You remove the P, you have MT, right? You remove the Y, you have MT, okay? And what do you do after that? Well, you don't even need the word, so-called fake-ass word spelled to have MT. Do you get where I'm coming from? Was that too much T? You want to do it with another word? Well, that's what I was talking about, raise and rise. And because the other people say, they raised me up. Yes, they did raise you up. They raised you up into something fictional. But does up mean this? Because they say to stand up? Or does it mean up because your body's laying down and you're facing up? Does it literally mean up? What is up? What is down? Why do we actually believe in these things when all of it's casting a spell? But he said, let them rest in peace. So you lay down in bed, right? You lay. What does lay mean? I mean, we're talking about sexual. What does lay mean? Down. What is down? To put down is something. Does it mean bottom? Does it mean to ascend up a mountain and then to come down the mountain? Or does it mean down like something that's related to a feather that floats? No. I really want to get. I want to get like beyond where we're at right now. And there's deeper words. I just want to keep it the simple stuff that most people will never pay attention to. So what is really empty? I just want to know. What is full? Oh, that's another word. They say satiated, right? So what is satiated? Doesn't it mean to saturate? That means to fill a void. So what is full? Is it fill? Is it satiated? Is it to saturate? No, I really want to know. What does it imply? This is not some made up stuff. Oh, there's some longer ones. I'm not going to sit here. I want to know what it is. All you linguists who know all these languages, I want to know who made this shit viable. Babylon didn't fucking exist. It's existing now. Don't fuck with me. You want me to go even further than that? I just gave some few things. I just gave a few things. I would love to hear, because I can read a ton of books, you know that. How many of y'all went back and listened to me reading this goddamn book? None of you did. Maybe a few of you did because y'all intelligent. But now I'm going to read all the books that go with it. And this is going to fuck your heads up because you're not ready. You refuse to accept the marginal line. You still listen to a bunch of pale skins, light skins. No, not pale skins. Light skins. Yeah, light skins. That's what they are. Because you can't shake your head and get your head about your ass they done shoved it up in. You just choose not to become who you're supposed to be. So therefore, your enemy, well, shit, that's you now. But your other enemy, who's put you in this state, is going to win over you. So what's really empty? How many times you went and bought something and everything wasn't in there, but there was something in there, and you said, but it's empty, man, because you expected to be at a certain point. Or you say it's not all there. What does that allude to? Being empty, right? Well, at least not of its true value. Was that forced recognition? Am I doing that? Am I forcing you to recognize something that didn't exist in your narrative? Well, how'd you get to this way? How'd you get to this part where you're speaking a language you don't even know what you're saying? What is the ego? Does ego raise you? Does it allow you to rise? Or does it give you a perception that you're better than? Or does it start with I've attained something nobody else could? Is that how it comes in? Or I practiced and trained so much, or I was natural for me? Therefore, you must run around now carrying yourself in a way that's demeaning. So is ego really beneficial if it allows all these other things to come in? Look at some of the boxers that run around knowing good and well they like the boys and girls, right? But they belong to a world that is not really their truth. Everybody has a gift and a talent. Not everybody's meant to do the same thing. But when it comes to violence, what peaks it? Every one of us can be violent, but what is the cause for violence? What is the right action behind it? Or is it where they take you and they train you, which could start from childhood, right when you come to this world? That way, with the proper food and minerals, you would be phenomenal and live forever and be protective of the right things with morals of subjugation without running around with fake ego. Ego is the destroyer in itself. But because of channeling, by scarily looking at things without knowing knowing how to actually see, or seeing things without actually knowing how to look. Do you see how I just did? Saying you're listening, but you don't hear shit. Hey, baby girl, Sada, what's up? I'm looking to see if y'all pop up, but don't have to hit the thing. Hey, Marcus Williams, what's going on, beloved? Realized early on the TV is draining my energy. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to get a few more. It's Wednesday, right? You know I don't get into these dates. First of all, the days they've given you, those are bad entities. We're not supposed to be focused on them. We actually knew, you know what I'm saying? But regardless of that, I was waiting for people to donate. I said, okay, I'm going to turn this on and see somebody donate so we can order these books by tomorrow, or if it's Wednesday or Thursday, whatever day it is. I don't know. It better not be Friday, because I thought it was just Monday or Tuesday. Look, I hate these days. I really don't follow them. I know my brothers left 2 days ago, right? So today's Wednesday, right? So yeah, I guess. So I'm just trying to get people to donate so we can get the rest of these books. I got a funny feeling something's about to happen. Because see, a lot of people don't understand some of these books come from overseas. And I'm not saying rush, because there's brothers who I had to help who have some serious issues with family, this, that, and other. And, you know, I just believe that in order to do things, we're supposed to work together. I always go to people's lives, and if they got I super chat them. I do my best not to miss, so I can always give something, whether it's 5, 10, 20. I always do. I believe you're supposed to share, and that's what, you know, remember I told you about, and my Uncle John Amos didn't make it up with KC when he was in Jamaica with the other friend. The thing with the, you know, here, I got $10, and then, hey, but you owe me $10? Oh yeah, here you go. Well, 20. You know, oh yeah, well here's 10. And then that one goes, thank you. And then KC, my goofy ass cousin, I'm not speaking hateful, but he's goofy. He's, hey, partner, don't you owe me 20? Hey man, I got you 10. And so he gives it to him. And then KC, he's like, yeah. And then, you know, my uncle, his pops, he's like, hey, son, don't you owe me 20? And he gives him 10. And he goes around till everybody's paid off. That's bartering, actually. And y'all donate, and I actually put more to it, and I get the books. You think that with your little $2 and $5 for a $30, $40, $5 book, I'm supposed to give you the book? I know how to read it. I know how to break it down, people. So that's what I was expecting when I said that. And I shouldn't have to say shit. As a matter of fact, I'm not, and I said I'm not going to say no more about it because I'm different. I'm not here to make you do anything. That'd be too easy. I really want you to look deep in yourselves. And I want the same people donating. I have no problem with you guys. You know, $1, $2 is fine. But you think it adds up? A lot of people think they know everybody. No, the majority of people ain't donating nothing. And you know who I'm talking to. You haven't donated nothing. You haven't given $1. Hell, not even 90. Well, 99 cents would be stupid, but that's what it costs to even take the stuff out. Not usually make sure I put the money actually in there from my I can't say nothing else. From somewhere. And you know, just to take and put it into account so that way I can order the books and stuff like that. Whether it's Abe, Thrifts, whatever books, that's about 7 more. My baby girl helped me find 2 more. So, you know what I'm saying? And it's very important, you know. But is that my brother? Oh no, it's not. Okay. I thought it was my brother sending me a message. I haven't heard from him for a while. Well, one of them. For a while. But anywho, it's not about the TV will drain you, beloved, when we give everyone all of our perception to it. What is perception? You know, in the Hebrew movement, they say precept upon precept, which is perception. And they don't know it. They think precept, well, contextually it is certain writings, all right, or conceptualizations based on how you see things. So if what we see is garnered by the system to tell our vision, right? Tell lie, and the R, because we know A-E-I-O-U are silent, and sometimes Y, which nobody should ever say Y. When it's not elusive, it's right there in your face. Tell lie vision, tell Lee vision, tell la vision. It's a story. I, because I say so. We're not going to get too deep in that. You can actually be entertained without it robbing you. Seriously. It's just when the story's being told, I can dig it because I can't stand looking at some of the stories when they lie over and over. This is what the Paleskins did when the Django come out. That is literally the Django was what tribe? You know what Indian tribe he's from? And are y'all aware of Ohio? But not only Ohio, I think it's Nebraska, whatever. When you deal with the Wakanda River, so there's a place Wakanda, part of land, right? And the river, and it's 2 different places. But most people don't know these things because why? Tell la vision or tell lie, which is also the big screen. Why do they say the big screen? When you screen something, aren't you sifting and you paint it whatever narrative you want? And then what you do? You put the audio, well, if you're in a drive-in, right? Or if you're in a movie theater, that's not saying that it's based on a true story, but most people say, well, yeah, this is derived. But most of the times they don't know it's a rewrite. When we dealing with the George Orwellian factor on the number, you know, always. Hey, thank you, baby girl. So I appreciate the super chat. Well, most people won't see it for what it is. You know, so they'll say, oh, you know, this is the way life is because I saw this in this book. All right, well, what about them 60 other books? And how about the 3 books that are like 2.5 million a piece that you can't afford? And most of the rich people don't want to buy it anyway because they're too busy and occupied with the perversion of the life they've lived because of the fiat they were garnered into, because of individuals like Clive Davis, who was a sick wacko, and they indoctrinated. So nothing has power. Nothing has power over you. Excuse me. Mouth is moist, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that mushroom coffee gets you going. Anyway, nothing has power over you. Yet they believe they control it. And if you don't know no better, you give it energy. Therefore, it becomes power over you. But when you start knowing this, it has no control. You might see something, you say, oh, wait a minute. Oh, and then you research it and you realize, wait a minute. Now, you don't have to beat up a movie. You don't have to beat up money fake. You don't have to beat nobody up. You can actually just tell the truth. I don't have to say that when I come on here. I like to see the idiots behind here risk themselves. I don't care. They want to be sacrificed. I don't give a damn about none of them. They've embarked on this. They have a choice. just like everybody else, you know? So yeah, some documentaries, I think documentaries are great to watch because you can see how deep once you're invested in your truth, and your truth is based on the Hawa, the light of things, and it's not to be secular and divisive from everything else. But you're not out running out there to tell everybody, this is the truth. You don't have to do that. But once you realize that, you'll see the stuff, and you'll just watch it and laugh, going, "Ooh, they reaching, boy! Look at them!" Because you wouldn't have no other reach. You wouldn't have no purpose to reach if it wasn't effective. The truth, if the lie, you're being effective in telling the truth. If the lie wasn't a lie, they wouldn't be reaching so hard. You wouldn't have these little light skins come talking about, "Oh, I'm here to debunk," and they're not debunking nothing. I'll be laughing. Oh, TikTok got a whole bunch of them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can't make it up, but you can watch it without it being, you know what I'm saying? Oh, the typos, don't worry about it, honey. I'm reading backwards, so my apologies. You don't wait. What's the best job that you can get paid well and screw up 24/7, 100%? Somebody tell me. What is the job you can get and you can screw up 100% and get paid well? Come on, y'all. No, congressman, they fake, man. They're just fake. No, what job? No, they all crooked, man. We already know they. That's part of it. I'm talking about a job that can be considered. Get off your heads. I see what I'm talking about. They got you. You're giving it energy. What job can you do that you can screw up 24/7? Today's going to be bright and sunny with an overcast at about 2 o'clock. Meteorologists, people. Come on. Get to this meteorologist. This is the only job you can get and get paid, and you can screw up all day long. A weatherman. No, you can't be a sign. You can't be none of that because you won't ever think. People, you're not thinking. See, this is what I'm talking about. A meteorologist. It's that simple. That's the only job you can get messed up legitimately and get paid well day in and day out. All the other ones that don't work that way. Hey, Snow, what's up, love? How you doing, boo-boo? Let me shout out everybody up in here and read a few more. Delusions, what's going on, beloved? 7 grams. We was calling, man, but now I thought this, and he let me know because I was trying to see where y'all was at, man. T. Hines, what's going on? It's good to see y'all, beloveds. It's good to see y'all. Craig, I'm proficient with solving problems in my sleep. It's one of the greatest feelings in the world. All right, that's what's up. Top of the AM said, you already know what's going on. We ascend, brother. Charles Johnson, what's going on, beloved? What's happening? What's going on? It's good to see you up in here, beloved. I'm trying to, God darn it, this thing won't slide down. Lucius, what's going on? Grand Elevations. Hey, man, I meant to give you an L a long time ago. Your wrench, wrench. All right, yeah, because you are, we go back a little bit there, Oh, what's going on, beloved? It's good to see 7. It seems good, baby girl. So it's good to see all of y'all up in here. 7 grams. Yeah. Week after, not this week and next week, everybody's coming back. All right. This is the last one because it's going to be open house after that. Things are going to be selling. Hopefully we get T down here. T Hines get down here. He can stay, get ready to get out of here. We're going down to Tucson and we're going to make whatever work. You know what I'm saying? I'm selling all this stuff up in here and start. If I choose to call it the last week of this existence, because a year or 2, right? You gotta always be about change and movement. One time I said, this is where I'm gonna stay. All right. But I see some people don't want to take the opportunity, so I have to keep it moving forward and make the opportunity where sometimes things aren't what it is always perceived. Most people don't look at some of the wars that are going on because it can affect some of the weaker people. But I can show you people who are in professional things that now are out there taking lives and people who are other professionals of healing and taking care of people, where they don't have all the things. It's not a paycheck. No, it's about survivability. Why not be prepared for that instead of screaming and hollering and being in such a stuck situation? Most of the world is pretty hardened because they've been going through it for a long time. Here, everybody's lazy and slackful, and slothful, just slacking and slothful. And sometimes you have to have people prepared, and sometimes you have to work hard so that when your attention's brought somewhere else and you can hear people actually talk something meaningful instead of those people who are always condescending with more dissent. Those are the people we need to make sure are gone. So if anybody was to come around us with all that dissent and everything else, or trying to fake it, you'll be on the side of the road trying to figure out a way how to get back to where you came from if you want to make a better way. That's why it's important, people. Mike Cox, what's up, beloved? Scott, what's going on, beloved? You already know. It's good to have y'all up in here. Max V, what's cracking with you? I'm about to rock you here in a minute, man. You know I got to go out with some good ones and Ocelot. Yes, sir. Have to get replay. Oh, okay. I got you, beloved. I feel you. I'm reading backwards, so I know I've been on here for over an hour, and that's which is good. But you know what I'm saying? For the gods and goddesses, we got to do what we got to do. Mikey Cox, I got you right, beloved. Yeah. So let's see. Oh, my brother D was in here first this time. Usually it's Ocelot, Snoo, or whatever. Again, I appreciate all the donations. If you decide to donate, I'm not gonna look. I'll look tomorrow. What's today? Today is Wednesday. So I thought it was Thursday. So tomorrow I'll look. Hopefully some of y'all got up off your bad pants and you donated a few dollars, and I'll let you know what the books that I'm going to, because the books that are a total of 5 to 6 books that I talked to y'all about, except for Marcus, that I bought with my own cash. I didn't even use your little chump change you sent me, okay? And I'm saying little chump change because that's the attitudes behind it, all right? Not all of you, because some of you have given, but there's those who haven't given nothing. And I sit there and say $2 and $3, man. I am big on buying books. It is what it is. And if it's a problem to donate for some books, man, then maybe you're just a problem that don't need to be here. You know what I mean? I'm not like these other fake wannabe bad. I don't take people's wrenches. I give you a wrench because I think that you're responsible. That means all the way around. You dig what I'm saying? I don't care about all that stuff. There's no such thing as medicine. There's frequencies that's heal. There are plants that are medicinal. That means better for your health. There's no such thing as medicine. See, that's what I'm saying. Really pay attention. I appreciate it. Hold on. Is that what you was playing with? I thought you was playing with the other cord, man. That little fat head. I gotta get that rice going, man. I want some rice today, y'all. I got real wild jasmine rice, which I brown in ghee, and then I add the forbidden rice to it, and you could eat that with the eggplant, jackfruit. Oh, let me tell you something. When I hook it up, and there's brothers here can tell you, okay? And it's gonna be banging. Yes, Lucy Rose. Everything is here, beloved. Yes, honey. Yes. Where my baby girl at? My baby girl. Snoo. I love me some Snoo, y'all.
I'm just a black man, title, you give me that. I like them imports, never push the Cadillac. And would you figure, Mr. Man, while you're kicking back with sick plans to get you stacked, making chickens fat? You know you into that.
Thank you, baby Rose Slaughter. Thank you again. Appreciate that, huh?
Very nimble jack will get a water back and have your heart broke just like a heart attack. Look where you
hope y'all learned something.
Not the Michael Cats, it's deeper than tats and hurricanes and old maps. The spirit flows, so my folks throw that. Meant for the wise as well as the store rats. So you can fold up or either you can fold back. I hold no judgment over those that are chose crack. Terror over habit that has been proven to hold back. With God on your side, you can get your soul back.
We're going to have a conversation today. The subject matter is very personal. But we need to engage in this conversation. For the world is going astray. And we are the only people.
Right. The Cashapp. I have that lady. It's always the Rise Coffee, then the Cashapp. With a little bit of I see. blueberries, pineapple maybe, kelp, you know, ginger and kelp, wild berry, ginger. You know, get it twisted with chocolate, not the vanilla, that's nasty. Chocolate flavor, and you can add a little cacao, right? Cacao, right? Not too much because it's got some caffeine in it. And you be like,
yes, that's what I know. Do you know God? Brothers, tell me. Do you know God? Sisters, tell me.
do you know God?
Ain't no God, but he's still looking for you. Wow.
Not talking about creator or creation. We're not talking about that.
Battles when you were fighting the cops. Has he ever took a thug out your life and gave you a good time?
Ever took a thug out your life and actually gave you a good time?
See loved ones holding on as if there was nothing left. Heart monitor beating as you hold your breath. Consider this a blessing in the test and do your best. And what about the test that you took? That you aced when you never did open your book. You were born in the game, yet he made you a rook. Promoted at work when
That's Max B, No God MVP, okay? SoundCloud, go on, listen, give it a thumbs up, stream it, share it.
You surprised last year with the charges you shook. Being forgiven for the money you took. Here's the hook. Walk firmly when you place your foot.
DJ B, same thing. I can't play a lot of music because he's sampling damn music. They copyright me every time.
Yes, but I know. Do you know God? Brothers, tell me. Do you know God?
Do you know God? That means in the mirror. You know what I mean?
Do you think that was your fault, that new house you brought? You got free from drug charges when your man was gone. Most of your peeps
I like that one man's war, y'all. Y'all gotta hit that. One man's war. That's the bull.
Known to be cool when you were really a jerk. We try to question God.
Gotta get back in the studio, bro. Hit some more, man.
Violating this turf. When those you took the surf, you could have come up through the top of the sea with a shark. You feel me?
Yeah. That's some good stuff.
Man, it's like we take life for granted. So the hook of the song.
Max B, what you talking about?
Yo, display it freely from the planet. And if you like the CD, go to Best Buy and demand it.
It's unreal to witness here, Chris. Police.
Let me get something with some feel to it, some funk to it. Come on.
Y'all know how to play this one. I like this is my favorite, bro. This is my favorite. Yeah, this is my favorite, y'all. One of them.
Yeah. Yes. I'm just a black man. Title, yo, you give me that. I like
Title, yo, you gave me that.
Never push the Cadillac. And what you figure, Mr. Man, while you're kicking back with sick plans to get you stacked, making chickens fat. You know you into that, chilling with your timber cat. Intoxicated to the point, fast, simple acts. Be very nimble, jack, or you'll get a water back. And have your heart broke just like a heart attack. Look where your power at, no, not the mitral cats. It's deeper than taps and hurricanes and old maps. The spirit flows, so my folks throw that.
Y'all might want to get one of these if you don't have one. Survival tool. So I'll be bringing a couple of these when I go down because I believe we're going to be doing a lot of work. So you got your saw. Because fire is going to be a natural thing, making coal. All right. Got your nice little hatchet blade here. Now this is camellias. This is excellent. And it's not a, this is great. All right. So you might want to get one of these. Got a nice little safety thing. They're kind of cheap. It's not too expensive.
And a lot of
all right.
It's only
stuff like this is going to be important. Okay.
The oppressed rising up against.
You're going to need things like this.
That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So
machetes and stuff like that.
The only people who can have any harm coming to them are those who oppress.
This is OMAC 12, Ocelot right here, yo.
No way, drop the
oppressor, me no surrender, rock me pressure.
No way,
drop the oppressor, me no surrender, rock
pressure. No way, drop the oppressor, me no surrender, rock pressure. No way,
and we ain't talking about no Harry Potter fake ass Hollywood. One. Cast, spell.
You rap that a cloak up claimed by God, it's overdoing your time is in the end. Locked out silent without sin. He put me on the letter for justice to win. And the rest is about to get rolled up. soldiers attached in the war zone. Revolution can start in the Arizona. I'm a messenger pocket like Farrakhan. Backed by the honorable, who sits at the pinnacle, who judges the hypocritical, cynical, and the political simple. My thinking is critical. I'm just ventilating of the actions of the protective service. Quick to pull the Glock, blast and kill. This don't take any kind of skill. I'm ill of all citizens who haven't took a stand. Or kneels too late when the caps get filled. Don't believe in TC type. Going hits close to home. You gotta act the bone, but it got the dome when it's on the song. All red of my mission through sight. It's killer big kills whenever I fight from above.
Them W's, yo. Somebody don't take no more of them L's, nigga. 3 pounds.
3 pound pressure. No weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Make no surrender. 3 pound pressure. No weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Make no surrender. 3 pound pressure. No weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Make no surrender. 3 pound pressure. No weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Make no surrender.
This world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a, gimme, gimme, gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, if you taught that from school, everywhere, big business. You want to be successful, you want to be like Trump, gimme, 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 push, 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 step, 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 crush, crush, crush. That's how it all is. And it's like, nobody ever stopped.
Get out of there. Appreciate y'all's number of love, man. Catch y'all here in a couple. Don't worry, we're gonna be reading today. All right. I'm gonna read something else today too. It's just a little small, couple of paragraphs. All right. And yeah, I was a little upset yesterday. I don't really get upset, like emotional, like when I'm angry, like I'm angry. I don't say nothing. Don't try and identify with me. It's a whole different level. And when I don't say nothing, I want to be in the dark. I don't want no lights on. I don't want nobody saying nothing. Even Alexander ran up the stairs. I didn't say anything. He stayed upstairs. He came down. He knew when to come down. And that was a few hours, maybe 5 hours. And that was just me sitting here in the dark. And that's all I'm saying. Okay? So you believe in a lie, or you accept the reality of a certain truth, but maybe particular. Some of you may have walked in that, all right? And I'm far from that space. That space will never be occupied by me again. All right? So, lessons to be learned, right? Anyway, it's always number love. All right, my beloved sisters, the most important thing we have, besides the children. And my brothers, you already know you're important. You just need to be a little better as far as being practical and protection. Who's the first responder to anything? The first one there, right? It's real simple, y'all. See y'all in a couple hours.